Yeah, everyone, how we doing? Welcome back to me, Scotty Talks UFC. How we all doing? I am over the moon. I know I don't look it, I don't sound like it, but I promise you I am over the moon. I'm absolutely ecstatic. To be fair, I'm absolutely stuffed as well. Oh, what a game. What a game, what a game, what a game. What a performance. Did we play brilliantly? No. We played better against... For me, we played better against Arsenal than we played against Man City, but I don't care. We won. It's 4 in a row. This is a feat that our previous manager did not achieve. And he was here for 14 months and he could not get 4 in a row. Well, Michael Carrick's done it in 4 games, so I take my hat off to you, son. Well done, Michael Carrick. And yes, I know you're not Scholes, but I was there with the family today and bumped into some old faces as well. And obviously there's some social media guys who I love bumping into because it's just, we've got... Our opinions are so varied, it's unreal. Like, everyone else knows, I have Bruno on a different pedestal than most, and it's just because I think he gets a lot of credit undeservedly. Like today, he was one of the worst players on the pitch. Yet, when I say that, it's just, for me, they were down to 10 men, and we got to the final third. We kept the ball pretty well. We got to the final third, and mainly Bruno and Brian, they kept doing some shithousery, and the final ball was just too casual. The flicks and tricks in the wrong places. Listen, we should have won today 4 or 5-0, but the amount of chances we missed through the final, lacking the killer pass, and 9 times out of 10 it was either Bruno or Brian that were making the mistake, and yet the first sub should have been Brian, but he took Cunha off. Now I said this before, Cunha and Bruno don't fit. They just don't fit. In it's 2 games that he's played, Michael Carrick's gone with the same formation. In the 2 games that we had against Man City and Arsenal, it's chalk and cheese to the last 2 games, and the difference has been Cunha. Now for me, I think the time's come to put Cunha up front and put Brian on the wing just to see if that's better, because putting Cunha on the left hand side is not working. So we need to make that change, and there's no point in persevering with it. We need to do it now. The football, it's all bits and starts, and I was absolutely gobsmacked. I was absolutely gobsmacked to see Bruno got man of the match today. Okay, even his goal that he scored wasn't even meant for him. Baby Zlatan missed it, and it landed nicely for him. So, okay, he was in the right place at the right time. And on top of that, time and time again, his final delivery, for someone who keeps going on about being assist king and this and that and stat master and XG, I'm not interested in all them because they're all irrelevant. Now, time and time again today, his final ball was lacking. It really was lacking. Now, where I normally sit and where I was sitting today, it's chalk and cheese, because when you're behind the goals, you miss out all the stuff that's going on at the other end. But today I was right in front of the Stretford, and I'm seeing a lot of and because we're playing against 10 men, so you're seeing the game differently, and everything's happening right in front of you, and you can see it. Time and time again, his final ball was just wrong. Just absolutely wrong, and it's just... We can't afford to slip up, and the score was 1-0 at the time, and we can't afford to slip up. Listen, I'm not the only one that wants Champions League. I'm not entertaining this conversation that Michael Carrick should be given the job. That's not even on the agenda. But if it was, I'll deal with it when it is. Right now, it's not. We need to focus on just winning every game. Now, the sad thing is, we've got West Ham up next. Now, West Ham are fighting for their lives. I believe they won today, but they're playing Burnley. Was it Burnley they're playing? I think they're playing Burnley. Anyway, they won. So they're going to have their tails up because they're still playing catch-up. Now, if we go out and be casual as we were today on Tuesday, then we're going to have some big problems. Now, the man of the match for me, now, it's just, I find it absolutely astonishing that our previous manager, we struggled to find a system, a rhythm, and yet the one player who was the reason for all that has walked back in, and he showed in these 4 games what Man United have missed. And the one thing that I've been really impressed with is his physicality. Now, I still think he's still a young kid, so he can still get sharper. He should, or at least he should try to get sharper. But physically, he's getting there. He put in some crunching tackles today, and he was physically bullying. Sarr is no slouch, and he's quite physical, but he was bullying him. He was absolutely bullying him. The red card, well, it looked a bad one at the time, but we need to go into it. Again, Casemiro played well, but then again, Tottenham really didn't offer anything, and the only chances they got was when we made mistakes at the back because of our complacency. And 9 times out of 10, Bruno lost the ball, it was counter-attack, in whatever happened. And like, I know we've been making a big thing about Harry coming back. That's 2 games in a row Harry's been poor. Make no mistake, he made a stupid. He got done last week against Fulham, and then he gave the penalty away. I think that was just rush of blood because what happened just before the penalty, and he was doing the same again today. There's a couple of times he just rash tackles. He was trying to be physical. Anyway, forget all that because it's all irrelevant. The most important thing was winning today, which we did. We're 1 game away from the famous 5. Is that a bridge too far? Is it a step too far for this team right here, right now? If it is, then that blame's on the board, because we needed players in January. Whether it was Carrick, whether it was the previous manager, we needed players. It was no hidden fact that we needed players. We needed help. We needed to be able to give Kobe and the likes of Casemiro a break. Now, Casemiro's playing 70 minutes, and he's only managed to do that because we've only got 1 game a week. He's got nothing else on. And I honestly believe Carrick's just taking him off just to give him his final swan song. So every game that Casemiro's going to be coming off because he wants the fans to give him the appreciation. We're all loving him. Everyone's loving. I said to my son today when we were just as we were in the queue to go in, I said, "Who do you want to score today?" And he goes, "Casemiro." There was a couple of other people who were I was sitting next to, and they're saying, who do you want to score? They would love to see Casemiro score just because it's Casemiro and it's his swan song. I'm no different. And again today, he got a booking that wasn't even a booking. Or did he get the booking? Anyway, I can't remember. But again, he played, him and Kobe, honest to God, I didn't see that. I did not see that nowhere. And it's come out the blue. It's come totally out the blue. And the one thing I've noticed about Dallo since Carrick's been in, he's been a lot closer, tighter, and he's been more physical. Luke Shaw's been physical. Luke Shaw's been actually playing. I don't want to be a cynic here because everyone's saying Luke Shaw always plays well when it's a World Cup year and he plays injury free. Let's fingers crossed that he gets to the end of the season. And if he gets to the end of the season, then there's a conversation to be had, should he go to the World Cup? Because then the answer is yes. Because this is the last time this player's going to get to go to a World Cup. And it shouldn't be, at that point, it shouldn't be about Man United, it should be about him. Now, if United do not replace Luke Shaw in the summer, that's not Luke Shaw's fault. I'm not saying we should get rid of Luke Shaw, but we need a replacement for Luke Shaw. Because Luke Shaw's 30 or he's going to be 30 or 31. We need someone to come in who's taken Luke Shaw's place. Because in another year, this kid's got to take over. Now, if we hang in the hat on Leon, we've got to ask serious question marks about this board. I'm already asking serious questions about the board. Now, there was a couple of banners in the stadium today saying Sir Jim's not the one. He absolutely is not the one. He never was, never will be. And he definitely never is. Sorry, I thought it was the cat. Yeah, the big thing, and then I was, after the game I was wanting to come out, I was wanting to go live, I was really excited, loads of fans, there was loads of people, and it just, the atmosphere today, do you know, I was fortunate 10, 15 years ago, well 15 years ago I was a season ticket holder at United, going in every game, the excitement, the fans were, it was just electric, and it wasn't like that today, but everyone was still a lot more happier. Everyone was still a lot more happier, and that's down to Michael Carrick, because let's be honest, under the previous owner, manager, we used to just come up, we didn't know what we were going to get served, and forget what we were getting served, and then what the manager spoke, it was just dross and drivel in the football. None of them, these are exactly the same players that were there before, but they're just playing a total different brand. Like Ahmed doesn't even look like the same player anymore. Ahmed was up against Udogie, and yeah, Udogie was fairly physical, but Ahmed took him a merry dance. He was just nipping in, and his tracking back, I tell you, no one gives this guy credit, his tracking back is second to none. He's really putting the hard yards in, and yeah, anyway, forget what happened before, it's all about the here and now. Now, on the plus side, they're only playing 1 game a week. I'm hoping they don't get injured. Now, I was quite worried because he did take a couple of heavy knocks today at Ahmad, so I don't know if he's going to be okay for Tuesday, but fingers crossed fingers crossed he's okay for Tuesday. As for the team, honest to God, I'm absolutely ecstatic. That's our last home game. Is that the last home game for the whole of February? Because we're away on Tuesday. Then it's obviously thanks to the club. We're not in an FA Cup. So our next game after that is, who is it? It's Everton away. It's on a Monday. It's on a Monday. It's on a Monday night, and then I think the next game's a Sunday against Crystal Palace. I think that's a 2:00 game as well. It's not been confirmed whether I'm going to go to that game yet, but it's still out of the doors. So, and I think that's at the end. That's at the start of March, or it's the end. So we really need to make sure we get the 3 points. Now the good news is tomorrow City and Liverpool are playing, so one of them are going to drop points. Hopefully both of them do. Hopefully it's a draw, because that helps us. But we just need to focus on our game and what we're doing. And if Michael Carrick can get us over the dreaded line and get us into the Champions League football, which we do not deserve, from where we were, this board do not deserve the Champions League football. But it comes back to the same thing. Do you know, it doesn't matter what Michael Carrick does. Do you trust this board to recruit the right manager? Now, the right manager, there's only two people who can take this job on. Now, well, technically, I think there's only one. Luis Enrique, he's young enough, hungry enough, but he's never going to take the Man United job just because it's the same problem that Klopp had. And I don't trust this board. I just do not trust this board. In the last 2 summers, I've proved it. Especially look at last January, desperate for players to come. Dorgu didn't work. He was written off. The amount of people that have written Dorgu off prior to Michael Carrick coming in was unbelievable. Now, because Carrick's come in, he's changed it a little bit, and Dorgu's now playing normal. He's playing to what he's capable of, and he looks a total different player. He's transformed. It's like the previous guy was Dorgu's brother. Now the real Dorgu's shown up. So the jury is still out on him, let's be honest. But we needed players. We needed players in the summer. We brought this manager in who plays a 3-5, whatever the hell he used to play, and they only got him 4 players. How can he challenge? Bearing in mind, Arsenal bought 8 players. They're going out going for the league. Liverpool bought 6 or 7. City between last year and City bought a whole team in the space of a year. In the space of a year, they've not quibbled because their owners have put their hands in their pocket and splashed the money. Now, our owners want the money, but they don't want to put their hands in their pocket. These thieving scoundrels put their hands into our pockets. They put their hands into our pockets and take our money, our hard-earned money, and they want us to rescue them. And I'm totally against that. I'm absolutely totally against it. And I'm absolutely fuming that. Well, I'm not fuming because, now this is it, it's because we got a lot of people who are just there for the day, or they've come over for an experience. Like I was trying to go on live today on TikTok, and the 2 people I spoke to, one was from Norway. In fact, they're both from Norway. They were both from Norway, and they were here. One was here just for the game. The other one was here. He's been here. He's made a weekend of it, and he bought all his goodies and things like that. And this is why, until we have people like this coming in, this club's not going to get affected. Our commercial sales from the shop revenue are not going to be affected. And when I came out, the queue was massive. It was absolutely massive. After about an hour, the queue was still massive. And then we've gone round to see. My son said, "Dad, can we go and see the players?" And I don't know, he said, "Let's go to the players, Dad." And there was that many people there, we couldn't even get a look in. And do you know, sometimes the fans need to look at, do you know, us older ones, we've been there, done it, seen it, but these younger ones, these ones that can't see over the barriers, they're the future. They're the future of this club, so stop blocking them off. If they want the future, we would be taking them along. Now, and then you get dads and parents and everyone jumping around, stopping the young ones getting to the front. I'm totally against that. Because, like I said, this is for the kids. Okay, it's for us, but it's for the kids as well, because they're going to take our legacy on. They're going to support Man United long after we've gone. And then if they become successful again, then they'll give it to their children. Otherwise, their children are going to support City or Liverpool or Chelsea or anyone else but United. And I never want that to happen. I'm sure there's the same scenario going on in a lot of households right now, and this is all thanks to our owners. Because the youngsters are so disorientated because they're like, I have it at my own house, where they're like, Dad, United aren't winning. All their fans at school are supporting City, Liverpool or Chelsea. So they want to go and support them because they're sick of all the abuse. And so it's got to be, and we've only got one solution. There is only one solution, that's Full Sail. We need to get this board out. And today, bless those people that had those banners that said Sir Jim is not the answer. Bless you. Let's, please, whoever watches this, I know I'm not massive like some other content creators. I hope someone can clip this up and get the algorithm tripping, whatever it is it does on the social media, and just clip it up and just these little words. We need to protest every home game. The 6 that are left or 7 that are left, we need to get a protest at every home game, and every home game needs to get bigger and bigger and bigger, because that's the noise we need to make. We, under this ownership, we are not going to win anything big anytime soon. Secondly, there's no new stadium. And why are we getting a new stadium? We should be redeveloping our stadium, because this is where our history's at. This is where the Busby Babes played. And I do not care one little bit what Ineos are saying. I'm not interested in that, because this is the ground, this is the stadium our history is. We cannot move away from that. For me, it's Liverpool didn't move. I'm looking at the iconic clubs. Celtic redid Parkhead. Ibrox redoing Ibrox. Anfield, they've not moved. Real Madrid, not moved. Bayern Munich, I don't know if Bayern Munich actually moved, but Barcelona, not moved. They just redid the San Siro, they've not moved. So why are we moving? This iconic status that we have will be gone. It may cost a little bit more and it'd take a bit longer, but once this history is lost, it's gone forever. So we can't afford to lose this history. I know this is separate to the football, but this is our folklore. This is what we're all about. The greats have played here, and we're going to knock it away and make it a skeleton just because of peasant owners. We need to wake up and smell the coffee, because this is not acceptable. And please, content creators out there, please, whoever watching me, send it to someone who can cut this up, rip it up, and get this streaming and multiplied. Because we can only do this together. I can't do it. My videos don't get watched more than 100 times, if that. Lucky if I make 50. So unless people were giving me the likes and sharing it and getting me other people, other content creators, we need to come together every single night. Now, I see so many Man United fans, so many Man United creators. We need to all come together. We need to have one vision. And the vision, this is the problem, because we're not united. The name's United, we're Man United, but we're not united as a club. We're not united as fans because we're so disorientated. Let's come together, let's pull together, and let's get these rats out of our club. Now, I've been saying it since I've started this in late October, that we need someone like Sir Alex, Roy Keane, someone's big to just say it how it is. Now, I see Paul Scholes and Nicky Butt, the good, the bad, the ugly, or the football, whatever it's called. They need to say it, that they have got to go because they're not good for football. I'm going to watch the pre-match build-up just in case someone in there said it, like, I don't know who's, I think it was Owen Hargreaves and Alan McCoy that were going to be on the show today. If one of them just be honest and says they've got to go, because that's all it's going to take. If someone on TV said they got to go, but it's like they're all scripted and they can't say this and they can't say that. I don't care if you're on BT or in your Sky, you don't want to say it on there. Do it on one of your other sister stations that you go on, and your Arab channels or whatever it is you go on. Say it on that, because someone will cut it up. Even if it's that pundit who went, Dorgu, Bruno, Dorgu, Bruno, Dorgu, Bruno, Dorgu. He would, even if it was him, he would clip it. It would be great, because if he could clip it and it went viral, it would be sensational, because that's the kind of attention we need. We need to, our boards are sitting in their mansions in Monaco and in America because they know we can't get to them. Now, I was one of them on the streets in 2005. I remember getting chased by the police because all the smoke bombs and everything that was getting thrown because we were causing anarchy. It was absolute chaos. And it was only because Sir Alex came out and Sir Alex who came down and calmed the furore and calmed the fans down, saying that look, they're not going to be involved in the football business, that even though it was bad then, but we kind of, and do you know what? The sad thing is, Fergie backed them and they never backed Fergie. Because when Fergie was coming out and saying there's no value in the market, Fergie was lying to us because he was covering for these parasites. The time is done. The time is done. I'm done with this. I'm done with this board. I'm absolutely done with it. If they were half a decent board, they would have backed Michael Carrick. Who knows, if they've got Michael Carrick, decent quality players, and this is no disrespect to the likes of Ndidi and Angel Gomez and the other Gomez from Wolves, they're fighting relegation. Ndidi, God knows where he is. We're that desperate. We're Man United. We were only talked about Semenya. Semenya never ever was he going to come to United. Never. Why? Because he's got a brain. He knows the way the club is run. He knows the hierarchy. He knows it's poison. It's everything they do is very short. It's tunnel vision. It's very short. There's no longevity in it. We're City, they're prospering. There's a future. There's a young team. It could go for the next 10 years. Definitely 5. We can't go from game to game. What prosperity is that? What future are we to look to that? Because of the board. Now, if we had got, just say we got Wharton and Wharton's disillusioned with what's going on at Crystal Palace. If we picked up Wharton, pay the money. Pay the flipping money. It's our money. It's us, the fans, that have put the money into this bloody club that these leeches are taking out. Why? We have given them... Listen, I don't care. It's because of us they are where they are. They bought us on debt. We, the fans, are financing this debt. Now, we need... This is what makes my blood boil, because do you know what the sad thing is? In fact, I'm going to do another video for the West Ham game preview, and I'm going to show you the top that I bought, and it's gone back, and I can assure you it's in the package, it's in the box, it's going to go back to the post office, because I'm not paying them anymore until they go. Done. I would have done it had they bought someone in January. Actually bought someone like Wharton, like a Baleba, like someone who's going to take this team forward, like who's going to make a difference in the team. Not like an Ndidi, not like a lone player, like a genuine quality player, but they didn't, because they just do what they do best, and they spin us along, spin us a yarn, spin us a web, and that's it, we're taken in by it. Well, not me, no more. Let's come together, let's get these parasites out once and for all, and I promise you, the football will return, the stadium will come, this will happen, some rich guy will redo Man United, Old Trafford, the good days will come back. Right now we're only taking one step, but everyone's jumping 3 to just get excited ahead of ourselves to see where is this going to go, all knowing that just one hiccup and that's it, it's all going to come crashing down. In the stadium today, it was so nervous at 1-0 because we kept pushing, like I said, Brian and Bruno, I don't know how many chances they won and how many things they were doing. And I'm not having a go at Bruno. But Jesus Christ, I don't know I don't know who gave Bruno the man of the match on the TV. I was interested to see what he's done in the polls and things like that with other people. But it wouldn't have been him. It absolutely would not have been him, because he did, honest to God, I was absolutely fuming and livid. You're meant to be the captain and you're just doing the wrong things. Stop believing the hype. Stop believing your own hype. This guy plays for himself. And I have no grudge against Bruno, but I am sick of it's all about me, Man United. No, you're not. It should be about Man United. You think you're bigger than Man United, and you're not. Start playing for Man United. Yeah, you're playing for them, they're not playing for you. You need to realise that. The amount of times that we scored one of the goals that was offside, he held up the ball too long because he took the wrong, for a guy who's got so many XGs and people keep ramming down my throat, XGs and stats and this and that, he gets a lot of things wrong. Hell of a lot. And if you could just play the simple pass, the right way to pass more often, we'd be a lot more productive. Time and time again, so many people get caught offside because he's held onto the ball too long. With that aside, he could have walked. Even me telling he was a shocking game. Maybe my bar for him is too high. Now the reason I have the bar too high because he thinks he's as good as Paul Scholes. People on the same. How the hell do people have him on the same pedestal as Paul Scholes? It's just that's criminal in itself. Paul Scholes produced week in week out. Week in week out, the bar was so high, and it goes to show because, like I said before, the likes of Zidane, Iniesta, Xavi, what's the guy? PSG, they've all said that the guy they would have loved to play with was Paul Scholes. Now, there's a reason for that. I don't see, and I promise you, I don't see people saying the same thing about, they will never say the same things, oh, I wish I played next to Paul Scholes, Bruno. No one's going to be saying that. Not now, not in 5 years' time, not in 10 years' time. But people will always say, they wish we played with Paul Scholes, and they said it, and they're not like the Dorgu level players. We're talking about the elite. We're talking about Toni Kroos. We're talking about Zinedine Zidane. Like I said, Xavi, Iniesta, proper high level, high quality, high quantity players. What did I say? Now, baby Zlatan should have scored today. Even though the cross had nothing on it from Bruno. You still, as a striker, he should have buried that. He should have absolutely buried it. But because there's no pace on the ball, and he's just sort of handed it straight into the goalie's lap, and their goalie's crap. He was so pattery, it's unreal. I mean, any side in that was 3-0. And that game was a 5-0, and we just did not. And this is what I mean, because we were doing football shithousery, as I call it. Just taking that extra touch, just whip the ball in. Stop doing this casual flex. Time and time again, football was brilliant. It got to the penalty box and it broke down because someone, one off Bruno or Brian, played the wrong ball or they just took the wrong touch, heavy touch, lost the ball, overhit the pass, delayed the pass, and it just ruined the momentum. And there was so much that it was just back and forward, back and forward. Our defence was sitting at the midfield, so it was just going back to them, back and forth, back and forth. There was nothing penetrative. And we only broke through twice, so we could have had 5 today. And so that's why I'm not getting carried away, because we should have got 5 today. But like I said at the start of the video, I would have taken any win. So we got 2-0. We've broken the mould of losing to them 4 in a row. And we've just won our very own 4 in a row. We've not done that. God, I can't remember the last time we did that. It was probably, did Ten Hag do it? If not, I know Ollie did it. So that's how long ago it was. I don't want to get carried away, but it's all about Tuesday now. We need to win that. Tuesday's an absolute massive game. I don't know what the other teams have got going on, but I'm just thinking about us. We need to win our games. And given West Ham are fighting for their lives, and to be fair, their manager always seems to give United a good game, and he always, more than not, wins against us, or he puts us in our place. So hopefully, fingers crossed, again, more, we go there and we play like we did against Arsenal. Do you know, because we weren't phased there. Look what we've turned up at the Etihad the Emirates, and look at the way we played. Now, that's the kind of level of fight we need to go and take to there. But that Tuesday, we'll take care of Tuesday. I absolutely celebrated and enjoyed. Went for a meal at Loaded. And if you've never tried it, go and try it, because the food was absolutely spot on. Can't fault it, honestly. The only thing, maybe the service wasn't the best, just because I think the guy was overwhelmed. I don't think he was expecting so many United fans and Tottenham fans in at the same time. But once we got our food, gorgeous, absolute. I mean, there were 7 of us. There were seven of us. Every single one of them smashed the food. And then we've just had a cheeky pizza right now, and I think everyone's just tired. It's been a long day, early start, shouting. I've lost my voice shouting at Bruno and Brian in that second half. But aside from that, I swear to God, I know I don't sound like it, but I'm so overdoing that. We won 4 in a row. It's just, you know what the sad thing is? Like I've been calling the previous manager's exit since we lost the Europa League final. Had we changed him in December and Carrick came in at December, those shitty games that, like dropping points to Wolves at home. West Ham at home. West Ham, we dropped points, we lost to Everton, 10-man Everton. Bournemouth. That's 9 points. Forget the Leeds in Nottingham Forest and the Tottenham home and that. Just these, that's 9 points. 9 points just there that we've lost to bad football and bad football decisions, and that was on the board. We would have been in a champion. Well, that's assuming we would have won these games, but we would have been in contention because Arsenal, I think they were 12. That's 9 points, so we would have been in the mix. And now people are expecting Carrick to be in a title run. Are you daft? Let's just hope he gets Champions League football. Because I said a couple of weeks back, Chelsea are bang at it now. And if Liverpool are bang at it as well, so if they smash City tomorrow, because I'm sure it's at Anfield and they're going to be up for it. So, God, that's going to be a game. And to be fair, I'm going to be watching that. Hopefully it's a draw, just because that helps us in every way. And I'm going to go to my bed tonight and I'm going to enjoy winning 4 in a row. Honestly, even though we played the way we played, but like I said, before I went to the stadium, I said I'd be happy with the 2-0. I would be happy with any win, and I don't care how we play as long as we got the win. So right here, I'm sitting here and I'm lambasting Bruno, I'm lambasting Brian. I need to rein it in a little bit just because we won. We got 3 more points. That aside, I thought everyone else played really well, and I'm actually I've been taken aback because I just did not see that we had this in us. And is it because the way the previous management played? I don't know, but I don't want to get too carried away, I don't want to get too excited. I'm going to enjoy the journey, and I hope you guys enjoy the journey with me. And please, please, please spread the word, share. If you like what you see, give me a like, give me a follow, spread the word. But more importantly, please, 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 let's get on this Glazers, Glenios out bandwagon. The sooner we do it, the sooner we get them out, the sooner we can move on, the sooner we will return to the top. The longer they are here, the longer it's going to take us to get to the top. Now, with that in mind, I'm really going to call it a night. And thank you for watching. Thanks for your time. Hopefully I've not annoyed you having a rant about Brian and Bruno, because they did score. But other than that, they scored. But maybe I'm expecting too much. Like I said, forget that. The main thing is, forget the performance. Hopefully it clicks next game. We got the 3 points. That's the most important thing. And maybe I'm just so used to not playing in phases. I want us to dominate, and we've got the ball. Let's be more productive with it. Let's not do these stupid flicks and tricks. Do it when you're 4-0 up, not when you're 1-0, because one could change a game. One mistake changes a game. And they almost did score out of nothing a couple of times, but it was out of absolute nothing over playing this. But like I said, we won. I'm happy, even though I don't sound like it. Trust me, I'm happy. 4 in a row. Ooh. 4 in a row. I can't believe it. I didn't think I would see that this season. And I did say it in November, not under this manager. It's never going to happen. And I was proved right. Absolutely proved right. But that's it for now. I think I need to calm down, relax, get ready for the next one. Who's going to join me for that one? Hopefully I'll be dropping another one later in the week. But for now, everyone have a fantastic evening. Enjoy your Sunday. Peace, love, respect. God bless you all. Good night.